Oh. Thanks. 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 Okay. I was one of the sponsors of the Endangered Species Act. And one of the other things we've done is we in the state of Delaware, for example, set up the coastal zone legislation, which means that they can't build any factories or anything within 1 mile of the estuary of the Delaware River and the Atlantic Ocean and the Chesapeake. And so the whole point of this is that we can do a lot to deal with endangered species. And one of the things I would like to raise is that we have to deal with this on an international basis as well. My principal focus today and every day will be on what we should do to get this response fixed, to save lives, to provide economic assistance to the tens of millions of Americans who need it and need it now, and are going to need it in the weeks and months ahead. It starts with adopting a mindset of real urgency. For too long, the warning signs were ignored. We need to activate the reserve corps of doctors and nurses and beef up the number of responders dealing with these crush of cases. And in addition to that, we have to make sure that we are in a position that we are. Well, let me go to the second thing. I've spoken enough of that. The president must use the Defense Production Act to radically increase the supply of critical goods needed to treat patients and protect our healthcare workers and first responders, including the protective gear like face masks and critical equipment like ventilators so desperately needed in our hospitals. It means working with all our allies and partners to get supplies from overseas when available, dispatching U.S. military assets to retrieve them quickly if they are available. It means federal coordination of the supply chains to accelerate deliveries and get them to the right places at the right time, and much more. And we need to build an arsenal of democracy, and as we did in 1940, we can make a personal productive equipment. Look, here's the deal. We have to do what we did in the 40s and the 20s, the 2020s. And we can do that. We need to build a medical arsenal here. Unfortunately, as of last night, President Trump and Mitch McConnell were offering a plan to let big corporations off the hook. They proposed a $500 billion slush fund for corporations with almost no conditions. Under their plan, the Trump administration could even allow companies to use the money that they're being given to them by taxpayers' money to buy back stocks, increase executive pays, if that's what the Secretary of Treasury decided. They wouldn't have to make commitments to keep workers employed, these big corporations. They wouldn't have to tell the Americans where the money goes for months.